All right, God-Pharaoh's Gift combo. Let's start with our namesake, shall we? New card, new exciting card out of Amonkhet Remastered. 7 mana artifact. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. It gains haste until end of turn. We have Gate to the Afterlife here as a powerful enabler for this. There's a small child behind me. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you gain a life, then you draw a card and discard a card. You can pay 2 and sacrifice Gate to the Afterlife to search your graveyard, hand, or library for a card named God-Pharaoh's Gift and put it directly into play. Activate this only if there's 6 or more creature cards in your graveyard. So Gate to the Afterlife here is the reason why there's only 2 of our namesake card here, just so we don't have to draw clunky 7-drops. So, hey buddy, I need you to not yell like that while I'm working, okay? Yeah, good luck, right? Alright, anywho, we got a bunch of creatures to help enable this. We got Mire Triton to flip things into the bin. We've got Stitcher Supplier and Merfolk Secretkeeper here to mill ourselves over. We've got, and then Combat Celebrant here's another new one, so let's highlight this one. Hey, Matt NFG, thanks for checking out the raid sponsor, appreciate it. Drop me a DM to let me know what you'd like as a thank you. When Combat Celebrant hasn't been exerted, you may exert it as it attacks. When you do, untap all other creatures you control. After this combat phase, there is an additional combat. So the idea is you get a couple of Combat Celebrants into your graveyard. You bring one back with God-Pharaoh's Gift, exert it, get another combat step. At the beginning of the next combat step, you bring back another Combat Celebrant who you exert, untaps the other one, lets it attack again, get back another one. We have Vizier of the Many Faces here, which is something that can copy our Combat Celebrants. And then at the top end of our curve here, we've got Scholar of the Lost Troves. Yes, so because each of these can only be exerted once, it's not infinite, but it's not infinite, but it's sufficiently finite large enough, generally speaking. Then our last cheeky one, we got a Jumpstart card here. When Scholar of the Lost Troves enters this battlefield, you may cast target instant, sorcery, or artifact from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. So, this is where the Unburial Rites angle comes in from. So if we mill over, this is actually better than Refurbish, I think. So if we can mill over Unburial Rites, Scholar, and God-Pharaoh's Gift, Unburial Rites the Sphinx casts the God-Pharaoh's Gift, and then you go from there. And you're going to spend more money than usual to get a full playset. Yeah, 100%. One of the Hoglandian whales said they opened 380 booster packs, and they were still missing almost 60 mythics from having playsets. Amonkhet is both larger than most sets today, and it has more rares and mythics in it. Yeah, back in Standard, it played with Refurbish from Kaladesh block. Easy mulligan to start. This is where the magic happens, chat. Okay, so bottom those, keep these. You know what? I'm actually just gonna ban that person, because, their statement is provable as mathematically false. I opened 300 packs and I'm not missing that many mythics. In fact, the person that's only missing 60 mythics, they statistically high-rolled how many mythics they opened in their 380 packs. So either you didn't understand what I'm saying, or you're bad at math, or you were responding in bad faith. Either way, none of it's particularly pretty. So, if they attack here, we could theoretically put God-Pharaoh's Gift into play next turn, right? We could mill God-Pharaoh's Gift, Sphinx, Unburial Rites. I opened 371 packs and I'm missing 70 mythics. Yep, that sounds about right. This is the Mana Vault card back. I think channels that don't tolerate people posting nonsense in chat are nice. Have a nice life. Don't let the door hit you on the backside on the way out. You want a place where you're just going to spam Keck W's and other nonsense? Go there. Apologies for having standards. I feel like there could be a your mom joke in there somewhere about having standards in me, but I'm gonna let it go for now. Would you believe the person that you just banned, Chevry, was someone I had blocked on Twitch? I really need to remember when I block someone on someone else's stream from now on that I should just go back and automatically ban them on my channel. Would make life a lot easier on average, I think. Yes, as a general reminder of why we'll be going back to sub-only mode once the raid promotion is done. I appreciate everybody that watches, but taking out the trash constantly is frustrating. And if you have Twitch Prime, remember you can always sub for free to always be in chat. If you check out the raid sponsor, you get 30 days of it. That's lots of great ways to always be around. Okay, so this was a cut the line submission, so I didn't adjust the sideboard at all. There are currently 0 ways in this sideboard to destroy artifacts or enchantments. So we're gonna fix that after this match, but if we get Grafdigger's caged in this game, we're gonna be very sad. So I think we want Wrath of God against their aggro deck. I think I'm going to trim the Charter Courses kind of slow. So, Cage doesn't shut off God-Pharaoh's gift, you are correct, but it stops us from Unburial Ritesing, which is one of the ways we consistently get God-Pharaoh's gift into play, which is relevant. This is a mulligan. This hand would love a copy of Champion of Wits, so we can discard these two. We need Frantic Search. Yeah, I think Charter Course is about as close as you're gonna get there. Champion of Wits. Nailed it. Never forget this stream was pre-recorded in front of a live Twitch audience. I think I'm actually gonna hold the Unburial Rites in my hand. We'll definitely discard the Sphinx, but... Even cantripped us into Wrath of God here, which is absurd. How many creatures are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This needs 6. Are we one short? 1, 2. Okay, we're one creature short of Gate to the Afterlife happening this turn. This is kind of funny. Yeah, Sphinx is a huge up. Sphinx and Unburial Rites are awesome additions to this archetype. Yeah, and like, we have Vizier of the many faces here too. So like, if we already have Sphinx in play, like, yeah.
The best thing about zombies is their adoring obedience. I really don't care about your plans.
So we're gonna struggle? How are we gonna struggle?
I'm a survivor.
We're fighting. I got all of these things, chat. Goodbye, friend. Alright, we're gonna put some ways to destroy artifacts and enchantments in our sideboard. So we can, like, beat Rest in Peace and stuff, but the core of this deck seems really awesome. What are our best ways to destroy Rest in Peace and what's it called? There's the new there's a cycling card that does it, right? We can play some Forsake the Worldly. We have white cards, chat. We don't gotta play bad things like Libation. Yeah, this is a viewer submitted deck. I don't hate Cast Out either. Cast Out's kind of sweet. They both cycle. This is just more flexible because it hits anything. If we do that, I feel like I want like at least 3. This is too playable for me to build. It feels pretty playable. We don't have red mana, chat, so we're literally playing Combat Celebrant to combo. Cast Out and Forsake both sound good. Okay, I'm gonna go to 2 of each. I think the upside of occasionally being able to generate card advantage with Chart of Course is worthwhile. Yeah, I think Mortify's lack of flexibility probably means it's not good enough. I forget that card was legal, man. That could be okay. I could see that being fine. Depends on what kind of hate people are playing. Because, like, we don't care about Cage a ton. Because we can still Eternalize and a Balm. We just can't Sphinx or Unburial Rites. Imagine him. I'm so glad they banned Agent of Treachery. That was such a good banning. Like, Agent of Treachery just, like, makes the question of what's the best top end so boring. Because it's just like this. This is the best top end. Always and forever. Meteor Golem. Meteor Golem doesn't kill lands, which is why Agent of Treachery is good. tell you what deck to play in the open. Either the Gruul or the red-black aggro deck that we played this morning would be my picks. I think both of those decks are very good choices. The mono-black aggro we played yesterday is also fine. Pick something aggressive with a little bit of disruption. I think my personal favorite is the red-black aggro we played today. The red-black aggro deck was really good. I think approach decks will be competitive and historic. I don't know. I feel like I would be surprised if approach of the Second Sons is something you need to actually win the game. Oh, that's super awkward. I'm dumb. There's a new shiny legendary to tilt your wife by acquiring. Did that rotate today? Is there a new set of things to get? I'm 2 for 2 on getting shinies on the other Pokemon. I have 2 shiny Rayquazas. I only did 1 raid for the other one though, so I only have 1 shiny from that. I'll have you know, I already caught the shiny. Wow, wife! You did a raid and you didn't come get my cell phone to catch me one? Do you even love me anymore? Is our relationship falling apart? What did I do? Take me back. She did a raid without me, chat. We're just drifting apart. I feel so unloved. I have not seen the Runeterra stuff from today. The stream is so brutal, people getting stabbed in the heart live. I didn't need you stealing all the shiny luck. You see, chat? She's jealous of me. Her jealousy of how lucky I am is driving us apart. Like, I can't help that I'm this lucky. I was just born this way. I think we keep that, right? Because I can, assuming they don't play the Hushbringer, we get to bin that along with Unburial Rites here. We need to draw a white source here. Awkward. Does your wife know how often you missed your 3rd land drop? Fair. She probably does not. We're not going to have time to screw around here. The opponent's archetype, someone asked what deck they should be playing on Sunday. I think the opponent's archetype is also a very good choice. I think their deck is probably my pick for the best linear deck in this format. Kills people that aren't interacting with it very quickly, as shown. Kills on 4 very regularly. Yeah, the opponent's archetype not only demands removal, but it frequently can play through just one piece of removal, right? Because they play things like the Good Boy and Aegis and stuff like that to protect their threats. And they have Luris for some redundancy as well. I would be very surprised if New Perspectives is playable. Hey, Opivy, thanks for playing through the raid sponsor. Raid tutorial and checking out the sponsor. Drop me a DM to let me know if you'd like a sub gifted or to bump something in the queue. Appreciate the support. I think it depends on what's good in the format, Luna Hero. I think if, like, big mana and control decks could be good, that could be fine. I think if decks like Auras are good, you're probably just not fast enough. Let's find out if this hand is something we can keep here, huh? The new background is stellar. Big agree. They did an excellent job with it. I'm excited to find out how hot my cell phone will get while it plays this background. My bet is you can cook an egg on the screen hot, probably. Probably. It's a desert board, hotter than the sun is by design. Lol. Alright, one of your many faces today shall be Citrus Supplier. They about to Muxus us? I'm so confused. I guess they could still technically Muxus us here, right? I mean, like, I don't think Thoughtseize is anywhere near, like, the most offensive thing in any of the formats it's legal in. Like, I think it reduces decisions in a lot of meaningful ways that's, like, annoying, but I don't know that it's necessarily bad for the formats that it's in. Wait, they sacrificed their haste creature? That's fine, they'll just draw another one. I'm exactly dead. I'm exactly dead. Alright, let's try this. Some Wrath of Gods, Massacre Wurm, call it a day. I do think Goblins is good against decks like ours that are just trying to be linear and not interact with them as well. I think the Goblins deck is far less resilient than the Enchantments deck is at doing something like that. But the Goblins deck is fairly consistent at killing you with Muxus. I want to keep the Unburial Rites here. Secretkeeper sounds great. Get one creature in there. Get to the Afterlife needs 6. I don't know, someone else talked about Emery. I'm skeptical that Emery is a necessity in a world where we're playing the Sphinx, and Sphinx plus Unburial Rites seems real good. I think Force of Will ever be on Arena. God, I hope not. That card is such a rancid pit stain. So I think we're keeping land Afterlife here. I think I'd rather have Citrus Supplier than the Merfolk. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Black Lotus exists on Arena. Not only have I cast it, but I've gotten it back with Sun Titan. Sun Titan. Titans would be a sweet addition. Yes, thank you. This is a really loose attack. Just no upside, just let me mill. I think Primeval Titan's probably the only Titan that shouldn't be on Arena. So this is our combo. For people that were wondering. So again, not infinite because you can only exert each of these things once, but it's sufficiently large and finite. So this is what Combat Celebrant does with the God-Pharaoh's gift. What does Exert do? Exert means you get an extra effect as described, but then it doesn't untap during your next untap step. However, your Combat Celebrants untap each other, so they all get to attack, which is nice. That's why you play Vizier of many faces, so you can copy more of them. So that's our combo kill. So our other match that we won, we just did like value God-Pharaoh's gift, but like that's the okay, we're comboing you back draw. No, left click brings up a context menu to normal attack or exert. Is this playable? This might be playable. Keepable. Nah, I'm gonna mulligan looking for some of our 1-mana creatures. Yeah, we have Wrath of God here. I don't have white sources, but I have a cantrip for it. Really glad we bottom Sphinx. Yes, if you attack all, it does not bring up the menu. It's worth noting. Take one of your 10 Muxuses. White source, please. Alright. Think I'm bottoming that. I just want to have as many looks as possible as a white source next turn. Are there only 7 white sources in this deck? I'm gonna be honest, this was a cut the line submission. I did not vet the mana base at all. Yeah, if there's only 7 white sources, we need to fix that. Or just change the sweeper. Should probably just change the sweeper. That's probably what should happen. Probably just want to play Languish. Yeah. So, hoping not to die next turn. No, it really can't be Sword and Shield. Your deck will be much worse. Because you want to be able to escape it from the graveyard. Brick one time. That's still lethal, right? Because they go get a haste thing, and then they sack 1, 2, 3. Yeah. This card is the reason why their deck is so good on top of Muxus. A lot of other people that I think haven't really thought it through. I've heard a lot of people that I very much disagree with say they want Skirt Prospector banned if they don't want Muxus banned, but I actually think Goblin Matron is the most offensive card in their deck. Without Goblin Matron, their deck is way less consistent in a meaningful way. Languish may not be good against the Aura's deck. Wrath isn't good against the Aura's deck. Languish is actually better against the Aura's deck than Wrath of God is, because while it doesn't kill their thing when it's large, it does, what's the word I'm searching for? It does, God, there are really only 7 white sources in here? Yeah, that's nowhere near enough. Man, that's 4 Temple of Deceit. Should I just retool? I think I should probably retool the mana here. Again, normally I do my prep off stream and I build mana base and stuff like that off stream, but this was a cut the line, so I didn't do that for it. So this is 12, 16, 18, 19 blue sources. So I could definitely go down like 2 blue sources and go up a couple of these. In fact, if you're worried about, I don't know that I need this. I think I want more sweepers. If you're worried about, what's it called? The enchantments deck, you can, what's that card called? The 4 mana sweeper? Extinction Event. You can play Extinction Event, which is probably what I want to do. Yeah, the even odd. I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna coward split it. Actually, let's just full coward split it. Let's do 2 event, 2 language, 2 Massacre Wurm. Love it. Mana base is difficult to destroy that you can't splash Wrath out of. There are very real drawbacks to playing 3-color mana base in this format, yes. It's not like the mana bases that aren't formats where they're not just fetch shock mana bases, there's real drawbacks. That's actually great, right? Just want to like turbo mill myself. What does coward split mean? It means I'm not brave enough to commit to it one way or another. One way or another. Do 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 do. Alright, we found the Unburial Rites, so we're looking for Angel plus... or Sphinx plus the other thing at this point. Sphinx plus the actual God-Pharaoh's gift. Well, we just cut Wrath of God because we can't cast white spells consistently, so Settle the Wreckage probably isn't good. Man, those were pretty awful mills. I guess I have 2 Unburial Rites, so like... I guess I could just Ipnu myself here. Yeah, I was actually just about to say, maybe I'm supposed to Phyrexian Tower to play around Censor there. It means they're not cycling Censor to try and hit a land drop, though, so, like, doesn't seem all bad for me. Well, I have 6 mana, so I'm technically only 1 mana off of casting these things, huh? There's a good chance we're not going to be able to play through their counter spells here this game. This 2-1 is going the distance. It's going full speed. It's all alone. In its time of need, it's racing and pacing and plotting the calls. Have a good one, Crash. Are we in garbage time? I don't know. These decks don't play infinite counterspells game 1. So, like, there's a chance that, like, their hand is just a bunch of, like, sweepers and spot removal, like, seal away. And, like, one of our spells could resolve. So, like, I still have God-Pharaoh's Gift next turn, and then I have Unburial Rites for the Sphinx after that. So, like, there's like, a very real chance that we could just run them out of stuff here. Yeah, until we're on empty and they're drawing 2 cards per turn, like, I'm gonna sit here and flail around too. Sure. So if they don't have a counterspell here, we get to kill them. Right? I think they're dead. Hey, thanks Shiny Dratini for checking out the raid sponsor and playing through the tutorial. Appreciate that. I only have 1 other Combat Celebrant though, right? That's exactly lethal? Is it? No, not quite. I think we're gonna be short. I think we're short. No, because it doesn't attack. It doesn't attack for 8. It only attacks for 4. So it's 4, 4, and 8. So we're attacking for 16 total. Yeah, but chat, if I get back wits, I no longer have combat steps. Like, I'm done. So, like, I'm gonna use wits. I'm gonna get wits here. But then we're done. We're done taking combat steps from there. So, like, we're not just dead by any means. Like, we get to keep playing a game here. Because this already exerted. Yeah, we're super in this, right? Like, they need to sweep the board, and then, like, we put another Combat Celebrant in the bin there. And we still have God-Pharaoh's Gift in play, like, another one in our hand. Like, they have to wrath us and get rid of God-Pharaoh's Gift. And they have to wrath us, get rid of God-Pharaoh's Gift, and stop the next God-Pharaoh's Gift. Alright, step 1. Step 2. So can we kill them from here? I have a Combat Celebrant in the yard. What is optimal from here? Celebrant does not untap itself. Oh yeah, that's still lethal, right? We're good. Because he gets us another combat step than the thing we get in that combat step. That's it. Got it. We go 4-4. Yeah, exactly. Remember when people were asking me if we should concede? Remember when people were asking me if we should concede? And I said, no, it doesn't matter because they're just being annoying. That's honestly the thing that's most difficult and why most new players find controls so frustrating is people have one of the hardest things to learn when playing Magic when you're a newer player like this is fully understanding when you're in garbage time and when you're not. It's not super evident. Like, it feels awful just sitting there getting all your crap countered, but you're nowhere near garbage time until they have that sustained source of card advantage, providing that constant flow of answers to them. All right, how am I boarding? I think I want Thoughtseize, and I think I want my ways to deal with Rest in Peace / Grafdigger's Cage against a control deck. What else am I cutting? I need 5 cuts. I don't have room for the 7 cards I want, much less Disdainful Stroke 2. All right, mods, feel free to time people out that are just telling me the word stroke. Charter Course is awful against our set. Look at that. I would like to give a hand clap to Debo for. They suggested, not only did they suggest a card we should cut, but they also gave us a reason for why we should cut that card. Just like perfect example of what I'm looking for. Not just an instruction, but hey, this is why it's a good idea. Help me understand why your recommendation is worth considering. I feel like I can't cut all of the wits. I'm gonna cut a land on the draw. It looks great. Sign me up. We get to Thoughtseize their Rest in Peace before they get it into play. God, am I playing Dredge, chat? Is that what's going on? I'm playing Dredge? Am I the baddie? Am I the baddie, chat? No, yeah, I don't think we can realistically cut more creatures. I agree. You're never the baddie when you play God-Pharaoh's Gift. I agree. Big agree. Glad you concur. God, Sire Hawk, thank you for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Historic's been a ton of fun. Should we take the Conqueror's Death because it can exile our thing? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Can we just like kill him the turn we put it into play? Can that just be my plan? Yeah, anybody wanted to get rid of Vizier? Vizier is a combo piece. Don't cut your combo pieces. I also think it's important to keep like some Champion of Wits, for instances like this. Alright, please mill 3 creatures. How about 0 creatures, chat? How does 0 creatures sound? I should have played this. Whatever. I think we're dead at this point.
This isn't a fight. We need to move quickly.
Yeah, a lot of people can't feasibly separate their feelings from reality. And like discard and counter spells are huge feel bad mechanics, but equating their power level based on how they feel is not generally speaking a good thing you should be doing. Yeah, they drew a bunch of lands after keeping a 2-lander. We did not. That's how Magic goes sometimes. We'll always have that first game together, chat. Okie doke. If I do emotional damage to my opponent, they'll start playing worse. Harsh, but fair. Equating feel bads to power level is the commander special. Lol. It's a decent draw. Hopefully if we spike a 3rd land next turn, it'll be in a good spot. I'm gonna take their Sustained Source of Card advantage here. This is where the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for stopping in. Enjoy your stay. Day late, $1 short. There, replace that land I cut. I did not. The green flew through you. Skip Dash, thanks for the 30 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. You know, because they have a bunch of counter spells in their hand, I think that was wrong. I think I was supposed to keep Unburial Rites in hand and plan to cast it for 5 mana this game. I'd be kind of surprised if this deck is super consistent. So. Target opponent discards a Dovin Veto. Yeah, probably should have been one of the Viziers. Discard your next Dovin Veto. And like, depending on what they do, we could Unburial Rites next turn, potentially. We're also just, like, attacking for 5 here with the Motley Crew, which is, like, kind of real. Whoa! Whoa! Fuck! Come on, Magic Arena! Are you kidding me? What a piece of garbage application. So I should have 3 more cards in my graveyard, because I explicitly left Phyrexian Tower up there to play around a piece of exile, and it didn't even make me click. It just never gave me priority, and it skipped right through it. So be aware that Arena is the worst. It does not consider sacrificing something to Phyrexian Tower a game action, and does not pause to give you priority to do it. Actually, with this 7th land in my hand, I should have sacrificed the Champion of Wits, right? I would have had a Champion of Wits to embalm this turn. I'd have drawn 4 cards and discarded 2 cards. But instead, now I'm here. Hopefully we're still gonna win. Hopefully it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna do this to play around sensor. Please be dead. I guess I could technically veto this, huh? Because I cast it. Alright. So they get some blocks in here, but I think they might be dead anyways. I believe they're dead, right? If they have nothing, so I have another Vizier. So I get to attack with both of these, and then I'm going to get another combat step. And the combat step's going to bring back another 4/4. Okay, yeah, so they are dead. We did it. We beat the arena interface! Yay! Yeah, you attack for quite a bit when you get 3 Celebrants, which is why you're playing 4 Celebrants in the Vizier faces. Cause it's a sneepa keepa doo 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 sneepa keepa doo 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 doo. Is this deck viable? Ah, you can win games with it. Do I have any opinion on Double Masters? MTG Finance is stupid. All Magic cards should be cheaper, but Wizards is greedy and only wants you to play Standard, so they're not. Hey, Calibretto, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Oglandia. Thanks for keeping me around. Block. Alright, so let's Champion of Wits here. It's another Combat Celebrant. Still do not have a... Still do not have a God-Pharaoh's Gift, unfortunately. Shaman of the Pack is not legal in this format, no. We could die to Crater Hoof here, though. I think we're on the 0 outer, right? Because my combo requires me attacking in. We're so close to. So close. We get to put a bunch of sweepers in here. I don't actually know that Massacre Wurm is that good here. Like, this doesn't work as soon as they have a second Lord, right? And their Arc... Well, I guess if they have Clan Caller, they need to have explicitly Imperious Perfect plus Archdruid. Maybe that's fine. It is reanimatable. Let's try that. The fact that the Sphinx can recast our sweepers from the bin is really sweet as well. Definitely feels like we have some okay tools here post-board. I think we bottom the Sphinx here, and we, like, hope to draw a Champion of Wits or a Stitcher Supplier to copy with this. What's going on, Heart? Yep, still here, live and in Technicolor. Had a couple of big donations today to run late. This is 0. Catch the very end of the last deck. This play is going to be a little odd, but bear with me. Howdy, NJG. If you'd like to be a sub at no cost to yourself other than a little bit of time, feel free to check out the raid sponsor using my link under the stream. It's part of the reason why the chat's open, so non-subs can have access to that. We're super dead here, right? Let's try and find one more where we can have a shot. Silly graveyard hate cards. And that one's not like Grafdigger's Cage, where we just get to play around it. It just eats us alive. Damn sweet. I think I Drowned Catacombs on 1 here, so if I draw an untapped black source on 2, I can double stitch your Supplier. Howdy fight. Just a lot of great decks with Amonkhet. Deck queue super full. Want to play as much of them as possible. Yeah, Croaky's is good at Magic. He understands. Understands things that people are saying that are silly. Hey, was that a good draw? While I was busy retweeting, there were good draws over here. Guardian Idol. Cute. Opponent is playing Colorless Shrine. You're not wrong. There's our 5th land for Unburial Rites. Sounds great. So long as they don't play a piece of graveyard hate this turn, we should be pretty good. Gosh, they have a lot of ways to clear the top of their deck, huh? This makes their stuff cheaper. So there's Scry too. That board is doing work. This is the way we end the game, end the game, end the game. This is the way we end the game. No, Gilger, my record's mostly meaningless. Oh, I guess I only have 1 Celebrant in here? That's awkward. How did this deck do? Exceeded expectations, was super happy with it. Yeah, I mean, if they're smart, they don't block the Citrus Suppliers, though. The good news is God-Pharaoh's Gift doesn't get exiled by Big Ugin. So we've got that going for us. Get an extra God-Pharaoh's Gift for next turn. Maybe I should have killed their Ugin. We played Blue-Red Wizards with 4 Obstructionists in it earlier today. It's one of my pet cards, so of course we played it. Howdy, runtime. I guess putting the second God-Pharaohs into play is bad because they could be an Ulamog deck. You know what? I should have probably gotten Champion of Wits last turn instead of the other Scholar. I don't know. Could go either way.
I am ancient and wise. The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
Is there anything in this deck other than lands you considered safe crafts? Nah, a lot of the new cards in here, there's a good chance they're bad. Ha! Still has a converted mana cost of 7. God bless. I think they thought this had a CMC of 0. Even though it's got it printed on the corner, they must have missed it. Easy, easy thing to miss / forget. Been there. It's probably a cast out / forsake the worldly matchup. Probably Stroke, too. I feel like I'd rather have Stroke than Thoughtseize. Every time I've eternalized a creature in paper, I've had to call a judge. Oh, analog magic. Oh, analog magic. Looking for stuff, just looking for self-mill cards here. Hold on to Vizier for now, because we want to copy Champion of Wits with it. And then this jerk's gonna go get a rest in peace, right? Or a Grafdigger's Cage, or a Lantern. Tormod's Crypt, that's just rude. It's just rude. Yeah, I'm aware Cage doesn't, Bob. That's why I was hoping they would get that one. This deck, like, half cares about Cage, because, like, Cage stops Sphinx and Unburial Rites.
Say hello to my...
Why Combat Celebrant? So we can combo kill people? Oh, you know what? Maybe I should Unburial Rites pre-combat, so that way... Yeah, I should totally Unburial Rites pre-combat there, so that way I don't lose this one. That was a mistake. I should have Unburial Rites first, so that way... Yeah, so this Champion of Wits would be in the bin still. Misstep. Yeah, you just gotta do something like this to make them pull the trigger on the crypt. It could be a pretty big deal. Alright, so we put a Scholar and a God-Pharaoh's gifted here, which is kind of funny. They have Mystic Forge, who are, like, probably dead here. Should I find out what their other piece of graveyard hate is here? Because they probably have another one, I'd assume.
Not talk to me of pity. I am not frightened by you. I will destroy.
Yeah, maybe I was supposed to reanimate Sphinx. I don't know, I kind of wanted to try and build my graveyard up more. They do have Cage, though. Okay, with Karn in mind, I think I'd rather have Thoughtseize than Disdainful Stroke. This deck's been fun. I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely been fun. Howdy, Scott. If you want to have a voice all the time, part of the reason why the chat is open today is so non-subs can access the raid link for that promotion. Anybody that takes the time to complete the tutorial through my sponsor link, we'll have a sub gifted to the channel to them. Sure. Probably cycle this if it looks like we're going to brick on a land. Perfect. Yeah, not good, but great definitely applies here. It is unfortunately only on PC for the promotion. I think we're just like playing a 5/5 on turn. Like if they don't go Karn Tormod script here, I'm pretty sure we just like make a 5/5. No, it's not infinite Duck Doolittle, it's just sufficiently finite. You can save in, but in order for me to get credit for the tutorial, the integration and the tracking only works with the desktop.
Your efforts are futile.
How to bump a deck. You can bump a deck with shillings. You can bump a deck with a donation or bit donate by cheering bits. If you did the raid tutorial, you can drop me a DM.
I don't let my friends down.
Prime subscription. My tier 1/prime subs don't get a bump every month. My queue would just be artificially inflated if I put, you know, an extra 2,000 points into it, unfortunately. Subs can submit decks for lower donation amounts. All the details on my deck queue system up there on my website. Here's a question. Am I sacrificing these Ipnus to self-mill? Or am I waiting to do this? I think I'm self-milling because the odds of them killing this seem kind of low. Yeah, I think we're on the self-mill plan. Yep.
Power without wisdom is the path.
Makes that decision easy. If we run really good here, we could actually kill them next turn. Well, that's a start. So if we hit 3 more creatures off of this, we could kill them. Survey says that to be a really high roll. We're only milling 4 cards. Be very quiet. Wait, are they dead? So I'm attacking for 4, and then I'm attacking for 4, and then I'm attacking for 8. So I'm actually not killing them this turn, right? Right? We're actually not killing them this turn. So I should kill the Ugin. So I only have 1 Vizier, and I don't have another Combat Celebrant. So I attack for 4, I attack for 4, I attack for 8, so I can't kill them, so I should attack Ugin.
I leave you to your doom.
Okay, so what does... So they have 1 card in hand. So I probably just Champion of Wits, right? They just concede? Sure. I'll take it. I'll take it. Maybe they didn't realize we weren't going to go again and they were bored. All right. So, thoughts on this. I feel like this aspect of this deck was like really, really powerful. This archetype always felt kind of mediocre to me in Standard. It like always felt kind of underwhelming. And having this aspect of it where we can self-mill into our combo was really awesome. I almost feel like I just want to max out on some of these effects and play like maybe less Charticores or less Mire Triton or something, and like be more all in on this plan. Whetstone, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Is our main problem blockers? I don't know necessarily. It's like big blockers. You also like kind of do what you do relatively quickly, so like people don't always have a big board of blockers, and if they do have blockers, they're probably not attacking you, so then you have time to set up and go around them. So I don't know. I feel like there might be something here. I definitely think this aspect of the deck felt like the weakest proponent of the deck. This angle of attack felt really good as something new and different for the historic version of this deck. I don't know if this archetype's going to be competitive, but it's definitely sweet and doing something novel and unique, so I wouldn't be surprised if we end up playing it again at some point in the future. I think if we do play it again and it feels sweet again, it'll almost certainly end up on the website, because like again, the point of the website is to showcase decks that are not only potentially competitive, but also highlight a range of things that are sweet with a variety of different strategies. At any rate, we've been going for a little over 8 hours. I am going to sign off for the day. I'll be back tomorrow morning, about 11 a.m. Central. I'm only going to be doing 2 historic decks, so I want to dip back into a little bit of Runeterra again tomorrow. I don't want to cold turkey on that. And then Sunday, the next Togelandia Open will be taking place. If you have a sweet deck and you want to play in that event, signups are available. I think we have 70 people signed up last I checked. It doesn't cap until 256, so wouldn't be surprised if we cap, so plenty of time to sign up for that. If you don't have a deck to play, we'll be providing full coverage of that tournament all day on Sunday here on my tournament. Thanks to everybody that checked out the raid sponsor to date. We might actually crush that 175 stretch goal by the end of Saturday. And peace, folks. Everybody stay safe out there wherever you're at in the world. Have a good one.